Hello, people want me to talk about this. When you find that you're being scammed, you've just discovered that the person has ripped you off money-wise, they've taken your heart, they've abused your trust. There's a process that happens. It's called the grieving process. This is when you go through a denial stage. How could this happen to me? How was I stupid to find out that this person was, lying, ripping me off, doing all those things? And then sometimes you even discover healing groups that will actually listen to your story. Unfortunately, some of those healing groups do have some psychologically unadjusted people in them also, which can be a bit sad. So you've got to be very careful in that situation. The common causes of what go through a person's mind is, how do I find this person? Who was it that I was sending money to? Can I contact the person that I've been talking to on the photo? And will that person love me? That photo, the person in there, the one who was typing the IMs. A lot of men and women go through a grieving process. What if? What how? Some people can overcome it very quickly, depending on how long the scam had lasted and the lies that were being told mixed in with the truth. Some people do suffer a psychological problem, and psychological problem may need to be dealt with a proper counsellor to deal with the situation. Otherwise, it can consume you. I do this for an education purpose. Now, you're watching this and you get to see me talk about scammers and education, relationships, problem solving, deception, all that sort of stuff. I do this for a job. This is a job that I do, one of many. But for people who are watching this, it's understandable that you understand that there is a grieving process when you are scammed. And sometimes you do want to find the person. You want to hire a cyber scam detective to find out who this person was at this email address. Most cases you'll be wasting your time because the scammers change their addies very quick and they set up fake profiles. They do come back on the dating sites again with the same photo and name themselves David or Chris or whatever, and they set up the scam again. It may not be them, it may be a friend, or it might be an individual who stole that photo also. These are the processes that you need to understand that will help with your healing process. Grieving is good. You don't always have to tell your parents or family. You can always just say the relationship didn't turn out. But for other people, they need to be able to express what's going on. Now, what do? Do you sit up for many hours at night, right into the early hours of the morning, going through many dating sites, free or paid, just to find Chris or David or Sarah or Willie's, who it is? In most cases, you will not find out. This is organised crime. Now, when you discover that it's organised crime, you're dealing with a ring of people. The average scammer usually works in a team, that there's usually about 4 or 5 people plus an overseer. A person who walks up and down the internet cafe, looks at what the scammer's typing for the day, gives them better wording, teaches them different ways of saying things, and then that's how it works. Sometimes a scammer can be on the telephone, one hand typing, right? And, you just wouldn't know. And another one saying that his webcam doesn't work and his sister's just called. So you're looking at them on the webcam. You think they're talking to the sister, typing away. Now, oh, my computer's frozen up, or I need to go to the toilet, be right back. But what they're doing is contacting another person or replying to another person. They'll come back to you. Sometimes they'll use a different name, or they'll have a friend contact you and say, hey, Chris, David, Betty, whoever it might be, has been in an accident and they're off at hospital. The doctor needs some money so they can do an operation. That's another part of the scam. Hope you didn't fall for that. Hope you didn't send any money. The other part of the scam is a person is stuck at a motel room and you're the only friend they've got no one else, and it's a nice pretty looking photo of a girl, and you feel you feel like you want to help this helpless person, and the only person who is helping them is the manager, but he's taken their passport and they need some money for food. The other part of a scam that other people do is the child scam. They bring a child in, another photo. I've seen them use photos of Focus Hawaii or other modelling agencies, and they call that their child. So they add that into the scam. Now, you've probably got your heart out for the child, who's protecting the child because the child doesn't have a mother or whatever, and you want to be the next mother to the child. So you want to start being, you want to invest in the relationship. That's what you're doing. But investing in that type of relationship of a photo and IM words on the internet is very unhealthy. I've fallen for it, my friends have fallen for it, and I know of other victims who have fallen for it. It's unfortunate, but sometimes it's better to meet the person very quick, face to face. Don't fall for the thing that I'm working in Nigeria, or I'm in London at the moment and I have to make a quick trip to here, or I can't pay my workers. Someone bashed me up and stole my wallet, or I'll be coming home next week, and if I pay you back, when I see you, there's a whole big scenario. The problem is here is you've paid or played, I would say, paid for a relationship. That's unfortunate to hear that. You paid to have a relationship. It's not a relationship because it's on the net. It's not face to face. It's not looking at this. Right? You paid to have a relationship. It's very unfortunate. But the person gave you company, learned from it. They gave you high feelings. They gave you a sense of belonging. They gave you a sense of family. But they were deceiving you. That's the crooked part about it. They make many promises. They make many accusations. They'll even fight with you, to say, I am not a scammer, you don't believe me, all this sort of stuff, just to sort of offset you to say that they are real. But unfortunately, again, they are scamming, usually using a photo that does not belong to them, that is not them on the internet. I found one, if you read back here, and it was a Collins one. He was a dark man, right? I was playing a scam beta and he was using a man's photo of a white man. But unfortunately, I was aware of that. But other scams that I did fall for, I've had to learn from them, even though that it was devastating. People don't believe you. They won't believe you. Not everyone will believe you that there are such people on the internet like that. There is, but there's time for healing, there's time to be loved, and there's time to meet real people face to face and get married, have a wife, whatever you choose. But be careful about falling in love with a photo on the internet and text, because it's very, takes up your time. If you look at long distance relationships, a video I've got here in the favourites from Dr. Dennis Nedder, it talks about filling in the gaps. It talks about the things about a long distance relationship that you're missing out on. I've had to learn from it. Other people have had to learn from it, and I've got friends and close people to me who have learnt from this situation also. It's called LDRs from Dr. Dennis Nedder. I'm sorry that you're being scammed, and my compassion goes out to you.